Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is segment number 2 of episode number 74. And if you pan to my left, everybody knows who this is. This is Kari Joe Woodling from NRL Mortgage, and she brought a guest today. This is Denzil from NRL Mortgage. I didn't know if I was going to get that right. I'm not going to tell you. He'll tell you his last name. Why don't you guys introduce yourself before I mess it up?
Hey, everybody. Kevin, thank you so much for having me back. It's always so much fun here at Stewart Title in Sugarland. That's where we're at, right? My name is Kari Joe Woodling, and I am Business Development for NRL Mortgage. And today we have Denzil Davis. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm a first-timer on the podcast. My name is Denzil Davis. I'm one of the loan originators with the company.
I could have remembered the last name, Davis.
The last name's easy.
I don't know why I didn't get that. Let's start out by telling everybody a little bit about you.
Okay.
How you started, how you got into mortgage, and why you decided to do that.
So I got into mortgages in kind of a weird story, but I met a guy at a local gym who knew I was about to finish school and offered me a job to work at his mortgage office as I was in my last semester. Mm-hmm. So I ended up working there. We mostly did refinances back in 03 and 04. And I worked there for about a year and then didn't know if it was for me. Went into a family business, which was the shoe business.
Oh, wow, okay.
And years later, still knew all my friends from the mortgage business. It was time for me to kind of go do my own thing. And I called them, and one of them is Stephen Curtis, who runs our group. And he's like, you got to get the Stephen Curtis, the famous Stephen Curtis. And he was like, you got to get into this. Like this would fit you well. Okay. And he kind of has been my mentor through it all. And that was in 2016. So I've been back a little over 8 years now.
8 years. Where'd you go to college?
I went to school I played baseball at the Texas A&M Kingsville down near Corpus.
All right. And was it the right decision to get into mortgage? Absolutely.
I can't imagine a better job for me with the flexibility with family, with getting to help people. Mm-hmm. I think no matter what I did, I'd be selling something. So being a salesman here, I get to help people finance their dream homes. It's pretty great.
Okay. Why don't you remind everybody who you are and what you do for NRL?
Yes. So I'm business development, and really all I do is I connect people. I meet the real estate agent, just like Kim McCormick was on earlier. First time, well, I've met her before. First time I've seen her in a long time, and so now that's just a direct access to one of our loan officers. It happens to be Denzil today. So I get out and meet real estate agents and build that relationship and rapport with them, and then they learn to trust me and referring them to the loan officer.
So tell everybody, either one of you guys or both, tell everybody a little bit about NRL, what you guys do, what you offer, why agents should use you guys.
Well, one reason you should use NRL Mortgage is because of Denzil, right? Denzil is very, very analytical, but he knows all his stuff. He can take your clients or any consumer from the very beginning all the way to the closing table. Has a great system and process in his business. He's probably one of the top 10 in NRL here in Houston, right? Mm-hmm. Or all over.
Nationally, I'm around the 10th.
Yeah, okay, There you go. So that's another reason. But NRL is a national corporation, a national company, and our corporate office is here in Houston over in the Galleria. Mm-hmm. And another one of the biggest reasons is just because we love to love and serve. I believe Denzil, I haven't asked him directly, but I can tell by his personality and who I know of him for the last 4 years. I bet he wakes up every morning and figures out how he can love and serve people just like we all do at NRL Mortgage.
What about you? You want to put that in your own words?
Well, I tell you what, it takes a lot of people to close these loans, and I trust and believe in once these files get into contract, you have loan officer assistants, you have processors, underwriters. I feel like everybody has a singular focus to help get these loans done as simple as possible and as easy as possible for the clients.
How many of you are there in the city of Houston?
120.
With NRL.
120 loan officers.
There's 120 loan officers with NRL, and he's number 10.
Yes.
I need to get your autograph before we leave. Tell everybody how you talk about meeting people and getting people together for them. Mm-hmm. How do you do that? what activities do you do? What do you put together? And I already know the answer, but tell the world.
Kevin already knows the answer because we do a
The
lot
same
of the
thing.
same thing,
Yeah.
and we've been doing the same thing for almost 10 years. So I take it upon myself to study the real estate agent, study the industry. What is it that the agents are struggling with or suffering with in regards to growing their business? I always hate, I'm going to help you grow your business. Everybody uses that, right? So Kevin and I try not to use that. I'm going to love and serve you in your business, and then that exponentially will help you grow. But I study their industry, and I seek out professionals and experts outside of myself, because I can't know it all, to teach classes, education, whether it be social media, video marketing, maybe it's the required continuing education classes that they need. So, and then we also throw all kinds of events, and I bet Kevin's going to ask me about the event that we're talking about in just a minute. But we do events. We also partner with brokerages, and when they're doing their customer appreciation things. And so anyway, I just study the agent and pour into them.
We help agents. We help agents with whatever they need.
Yep.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
I'm going to mess up your first name.
That's all right.
Mr. Davis, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what NRL, from a loan perspective, the programs that you guys offer your clients?
So we call ourselves a full service lender, which means we're going to help the client do as many things as we can do. A big part of all of us loan officers, but especially myself, it's really all about being thorough up front with these pre-approval letters. We believe, I have an assistant named Tammy, we believe that every client deserves a good mortgage experience. That's kind of our motto, and it certainly starts with being thorough at the pre-approval stage. Some clients have a little bit more difficult path than others, but you can, if they can be approved, we can get them there and properly document it, so when they go shop for a home, the financing stress is not there.
It's already there. And what types of programs do you guys offer?
So we offer a little bit of everything. The things that I tend to do the most of are FHA, conventional, and VA loans, and each of those will have local or state down payment assistance programs to pair with those if needed. And
I'm not going to get this right, so I'm going to ask you. You guys have some kind of program to where I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm talking about.
List and lock.
That's it, the
Yes.
list and lock program.
So that's one thing I was going to pipe into and say the reason why NRL is different is because our operations side also study agents and study the economy and all that. And then therefore they think outside of the box, and they're proactive on finding loan programs that will help with a solution in the market today. And the list and lock is one of them. And I think Denzil can explain that one too. No.
I haven't done much of the list and lock yet. The program that I tend to use the most in the current market we're in is the seller temporary paid buy down, where they can buy down the interest rate for 1 or 2 years, even 3 years, but the 1 or 2 years most common to help with the interest rates in our current environment. That seems to be the one that seems to be working for my clients the most right now.
And you brought it up. Talk about the market and the economy that we're in. Okay, a lot of people, granted, we got an election next week, but a lot of people are either on the fence or on hold because of what's going to happen in the next week. But if someone says, interest rates are too high right now, or prices are too high, or whatever, how do you combat that?
I tell people when it's time to buy, like your family's in a position where you need the space, you need to get to the right school district or whatever, it's just time to buy. Rates are going to change, you can refinance. But prices in our area have never really shown a trend to go down. So the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to be. If it's time to get out of an apartment or get away from a landlord or get out of a bad school district, it's just time. And you need to find somebody you can connect with to help you buy the house, find a good realtor. But I think when it's time, you know it as the buyer, and you pursue and you get all the information you can, and then it's back in your hands. It's not our job or the realtor. They're never going to push you. But you need to get your answers. You need to start preparing a budget. But I really do believe the client knows when it's time. For whatever reason. It's different for every client. But there's no real reason to wait because you can't really time the market, whether it be rates or stock market. Everybody talks about that. You just got to get in.
But people say all the time right now, it's the interest rates are too high. when I bought my house in 2004 that I'm still in right now, I was at 12%. Rates are not high.
Well, my first 2 homes I bought were '05, and then I sold and I bought again in '07. There was nothing unusual happening in the market, but I got 6.75 rates on both of those, and I had good credit.
Yeah.
So we're still below that right now
There's interest rates
in a
should
market
not-
that feels high.
Yes,
So
interest rates-
it's interesting to talk to people about this, and it does affect people because it's budgetary and it's cost them money and it's real. But if it's time to buy a house, we help them with understanding the payment, and they can know what's best for their budget and where or what price range to go shopping.
If somebody comes to you guys that wants to buy a house, but either financially or credit-wise they're not ready to, do you have the means or a program or a relationship to help them get them purchase ready?
So I have one person, I think credit repair may be one of the things you're getting at.
As far as credit goes.
Yeah, it's a difficult, I would not want to be one of those people. I think it's a
No.
very difficult job. But I have one person I connect people with when they need somebody. I've not found many that I trust. This person I think does a good job. But the biggest complaint I hear from people that are not quite ready is they never hear back from the loan officer. If they come to me
Really?
and they're not quite ready, they're still going to get a plan. You know, the 3 things we got to get right are credit, income, and assets. Most people are good on 1 or 2 of those. And then the third one, we'll make a plan and we'll come back around on the calendar whenever the time's right to talk again.
Okay.
But they're never just going to hear no. It's just going to be like, let's get started on a plan. Let's talk later, update everything, make a new plan.
It's not no, it's just not.
It's just
now.
not right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I hear it a lot where people are like, well, you pulled my credit, never heard from him again.
Okay.
Well, that's not going to happen with us. I mean, you're going to at least get some follow through. You're going to get a plan. We're going to go over the credit report with you, which I don't think anybody really does that very often, so you can understand what's on there. But we'll communicate with you. We'll let you know what's going on. Whether you're approved or not, you'll know where your file is
And how to get there.
and how to get there.
Awesome. So I want to switch gears a little bit, or actually for the rest of the podcast, because there is a really cool event happening next week that by the time this podcast is on my YouTube channel, you guys will still be able to hear about it. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that, Kari Joe?
Okay, so NRL has 2 charity events a year. One of them is a golf tournament, and that is for typically breast cancer. But the one that's happening next Wednesday, November 6th, 8:30 a.m. at our corporate office is our veterans event, and it is called Military Real Estate Advocate. And what we have done is written a 2-hour continuing education class for the real estate agent, helping them and teaching them and educating them on how to better serve the veteran in the home buying process. And we're going to have a couple of different guest speakers there, but the whole event is focused around charity and blessing a veteran, and you don't want to miss it. Kevin was there 2 years ago. We have a very, very special guest and surprise at the end of the event that if you are, thankful at all for what our veterans have done for our freedom, go ahead and bring your box of Kleenex because there won't be a dry eye in the house.
No.
But it is a 2-hour CE class, so the agent registers, it's $20, but that money goes straight towards the surprise at the end of the day.
Is there food at the event?
There is. There's you'll have a
food.
light breakfast, and then we'll break. The class will be an hour, and then you'll break. You'll grab your lunch, come back in, have the next second part of the class. You'll grab your lunch and come back in and.
Now, I remember 2 years ago, you guys even had other military veterans that came in to the event. And I'm a big military person. I was not in the military, but my family was in the military. And I understand the importance of what a veteran has given to this country and to my freedom. But I can remember the impact that event made on me was when those veterans walked into the room. It was like we went from a classroom to a military base at Fort Bragg, and these guys were marching, they were chanting, they were doing what they were supposed to do, like they were back in the military.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
a
guys-
full opening ceremony event.
Yeah,
You'll get the full experience of it.
Yeah. So tell everybody where the address of your office is, where it's going to be.
It's 1220 Augusta, and it's up on the 6th floor, Suite 600. 8:30 in the morning is registration, and opening ceremonies start at 9:30, and we'll be done around 12:30, 12:45. And you also have an opportunity. NRL is known for, Denzil is going to do a podcast. We didn't wear a t-shirt today, which I totally respect. But we typically wear red on Friday to remember everyone deployed. So you'll have an opportunity to purchase the brand new design. So this is an old one, but we have a brand new design one. And you'll be able to purchase that as well and wear red on Fridays with us.
And the money from the shirt sales also goes to the surprise at the end?
100%.
So does all the revenue from this event go to the surprise?
All the revenue goes to the surprise.
Okay. Is the surprise like it was last time?
I'm not going to tell you, Kevin, because then you'll tell somebody.
No, I'm not going to say anything. But
No, I'm not telling you.
I think I have an idea what they're talking about.
Wait till you see.
So you guys got to come to this event. Kim, I want to see you there.
She's already registered.
Yeah, she's already registered. Okay, good. I'll be there. Stuart Title will be there, along with Juliana Bareford from the Kirby office and Kurt Jones from the Memorial office will also be there. So anything else you guys would like to tell anybody watching the podcast, either from an NRL perspective or the event or anything?
We just want an opportunity to help, whether it be realtors reaching out or individual buyers. Give us a shot. We'll make sure we take good care of you and communicate with you and make sure you have all the information you need to make a big decision.
Do you use social media to promote your business?
I don't use social media much. Most all of my, and it started 8 years ago when I got started, I wasn't on social media. I'm very much not really on social media now, but I'm old school. I've earned the trust of many agents, and I get most of my referrals from them, and then do a lot of business for past clients.
So how do people get a hold of you if they need a loan officer?
So my phone number is 832-372-5570. I have a website through NRL. It's www.loansbydavis.com. And then my email address is denzil.davis@nrlmortgage.com.
Awesome.
Reach out any way you want and we'll get started.
Kari Joe, how do agents get a hold of you?
My cell phone number is 281-229-1843. And then my email address is k.woodling@nrlmortgage.com.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say one last thing. Sorry, Kevin.
Sorry.
If you're an agent out there and listening, please reach out to me, because just like Kevin, we want to know what you're struggling with. We want to make sure we're being proactive in the education and training that we're bringing you. So if there's a specific topic or struggle you are having, just reach out and let us know. Let us do the homework. Let us find the expert to help you in that area.
And tell everybody one more time of when, where for the event on Wednesday.
Okay, so next Wednesday, November 6th, 8:30 a.m. is registration, and it's at NRL Corporate Office in the Galleria at 1220 Augusta, Suite 600.
Give me your phone number one more time.
832-372-5570.
Kari Joe?
281-229-1843.
Okay, guys. So another great vendor on the Kevin's Corner podcast. So this is NRL Mortgage. If you need a loan officer or you need marketing help of any kind from Kari Joe, you're a real estate agent, she'd love to help you. Thanks for being on the podcast again, Kari Joe.
Thank
and
you.
the first time,
Yep.
Mr. Davis.
Invite me back.
We'll definitely get you on the calendar.
Very good.
This has been episode number 74 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. Like I always say, if you're watching the podcast and you want to be on it, give me a call, 832-654-0527. And I could not do this podcast if it wasn't for Jennifer Smitis, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Devon, Kate Cannon in Richmond, and all the support staff here. And if you are an agent and you need title services and you're not using Stuart Title, Kim is going to come find you.
That's right.
Bye now.
Bye. Oh, I was going to tell you, Kevin, you needed to let them know your guys are going to be a sponsor. Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did. Sorry. Hey, wait a minute. I have another thing to say. We were here at number 50, and now this is 74. Why you didn't bring us on for your 75th?
Because I don't think about that. You do.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
I'll make sure you're on number 100.
100.
There you go.
Bye, guys.
Bye.